Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing tips for Tuesday, the 9th of July. Well, it's about time. I won't say my luck changed. I booked my ideas up. Let's put it that way. So, if you can like the video, subscribe if you want to. I don't blame you if you don't want to, but please like the video and let me get straight into it. And it's time for redemption. Is it redemption? Anyway, time to redeem myself. So it's the last of the bigger stakes. I normally stake smaller than this, so it's going to be an 8p each way, lucky 63. I've started off with a relatively short price, which I think it's got a good chance of winning. That's why I took the price, because I think it could potentially be shorter. So the first selection is Fox Vision at 3-1 in the 225 at Lingfield. There's not a great deal with form in this race. I think the favourite could be too slow for this race, in my opinion. The same could go for the selection Fox Vision. However, if this horse races prominently, I do believe it will be extremely difficult to pass. The favourite last time came from a long way behind, and already, like Monday, we managed to get one favourite beat by it basically being the tactics of coming from behind and not being able to get in the race. It was a Roger Varian horse, I think, on Monday. Well, we're actually backing a Roger Varian horse this time in Fox Vision. And yeah, what it does, it needs to be prominent throughout, and I think it should be too good for these lot. I think it will also appreciate the return to the all-weather. The second selection, sorry, I've got a bit of a headache and a bunged up nose. The second selection is McCrory in the 255 at Lingfield, paying 4 places instead of 3. I did originally fancy the Oisin Murphy horse, but the price of it is just too small. The reason why I'm with this is a bit on memory. I do believe that last season, I think it had 2 runs on the all-weather towards the back end of last season. If it repeats those 2 runs, any of those 2 runs again, I think it will go very close. It's about 7-1. I've left the price because I think it could and should be bigger. Where I've taken the prices, it's where I think the price is actually worth taking, if I'm being honest, acceptable. So the third selection is Canaran at 17-2 in the 3 at Pontefract. Well, apart from one other run in about its last 6 runs, this is about the lowest class it's been dropped into. But I think Jack Shannon is actually very good now at picking up big prize money. Don't get me wrong, this horse has been like rubbing shoulders in Group 2 and Group 3 races. I think this dropped to listed class, and I think it is one of the top-rated horses in this race. So I think if they can just settle this horse a little bit better and it runs its race, I think it will be hard to kick out the first 3. I think it's got a good chance, and Jack Shannon doesn't send that many to Pontefract. The fourth selection is Middlesex in the 355 at Lingfield, paying 4 places instead of 3. This horse has been disappointing. I did find out that Charlie Johnson had actually had a virus at the beginning part of this year, so that wouldn't have helped. But I think it was gradually improving steadily last year. It's pretty much stuck to the all-weather. Sorry, no, it's pretty much stuck to the turf so far this season. I think racing prominently on the all-weather, you could see it possibly recapture. Well, not really recapture. You could hopefully see it actually improving. Yeah, I do like the look of it, and I think it was about 11-1, but I've left the price in this instance. This selection, along with the last one, is kind of my nap and next best. So, Sound Reason 8-1 in the 5-17 race at Pontefract, paying 4 places instead of 3. Right, do me a favour, go to racingtv.com, type this horse's name into it. It was my nap last time it ran. It reared on leaving the stalls. It was never put in the race, and then it was basically ridden right towards the end, and I think it grabbed 6th place. It wasn't beaten that far, but it lost too much ground. This is the horse that likes to help force the pace. When it came from pretty much second last in the last time it ran at Pontefract, I think this horse has got a cracking chance. It needs to get out. I think it will be nowhere near 8-1 come post time. I think you're talking 9-2. 9-2 tops. I've been known to be wrong in the past, but 9-2 tops. So the next horse and the last horse well, the next horse, which is the last horse, would have been my Nap. However, it won not too long ago. And it's a horse I've been waiting a long time for, but now I can only fancy it. So it's Coast. I've left the price in the 5:30 at Lingfield, paying 4 places instead of 3. So long-term subscribers of this channel, I told everybody that I was following this horse and waiting for it to run at Lingfield, which it prefers. It's been running at Wolverhampton for a long time. Guess what? I actually missed it, and it ran at Lingfield and won. However, I would not have backed it. It won at 18-1, but I still would not have backed it because I didn't think it would want the turf. So what it does, it generally always runs on your weather. It ran at Lingfield on the turf. I would fully have expected it to come nowhere, but still kept my eye on it for the next time it ran at Lingfield. Well, it won 2 starts back, as I said, at Lingfield on the turf. It made all. Today it's drawn 1. So after its win at Lingfield on the turf, it then ran at Wolverhampton. It actually ran one of its best races for a long time at Wolverhampton. So that tells me I don't think it's a fan of Wolverhampton, but the fact that it ran well at Wolverhampton shows me it's in very good order. Well, this is exactly what I've been waiting for. However, I would have preferred it not to have won at Lingfield, but there's nothing I can do about that now. But it's offered something like £4 or £5 higher. If it hadn't won that day, you'd have been talking a mark of 46, 47, which I'd have been happy with. But anyway, I like the conditions for this horse because it's Coast. And what it does, it likes to race prominently. I'd like to see it get an easy lead. It's probably not going to because it never seems to. But if it can go straight to the front, there is a horse that I do think could scupper its chances. I'll tell you that one in a second. But this horse has drawn 1, so it's got to get out. And let me tell you the danger to it. It's something like Run Freddy Run or something like that. Or I shall tell you. That's it. Sir Rodney Redblood. So I weren't far off, was I? So that one also likes to lead, but hopefully, because it's from an outside draw, it might not want to force it too much. So hopefully, Coast can make all. I do think it's quite a competitive race, but it's competitive, but there's quite a few horses that aren't in the best of form. So anyway, if you give me a like or a subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Fingers crossed for Tuesday and for the rest of the week. Good luck with your own selections. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.